Alright, welcome to another episode of the jam session where I am very cold in my own apartment because I have not yet bought oil for my kerosene heater. Ooh. So today's entry, to follow your entry, is going to be a little bit of a rant, but not about politics, but about how in Japan, I would say 90% of homes aren't insulated. And because of this, the houses and schools and buildings just in general tend to be very cold when it starts to get cold outside. And sometimes my house even is colder inside than it is outside, which I'm not quite sure why that happens yet. I find this particularly baffling because Japan has so many high-tech answers to so many problems, but they don't build new houses with insulation, which makes no sense to me. For example, this apartment that I live in is only something like 2 years old, but it, just like most other houses in Japan, doesn't have insulation to keep the heat in the winter. As far as I know, the only prefecture that builds insulated houses regularly is Hokkaido, because I think you would literally die in the winter if you didn't have an insulated and well-heated house, because it is very cold up there. But it is also cold in Tohoku, which is where I live and is the northern 5 prefectures of Japan, where it gets a lot of snow and is very cold in general. So I'm not sure why Tohoku hasn't gotten on this to build insulated houses. I'm like shivering because it's so cold. So to make up for this lack of insulation, Japanese people generally buy and use things that help warm the body. So instead of warming the entire home and the whole space of the home, you warm the place where you are going to be. So for example, I have a little heater next to my bed, and the kotatsu, which is a heated table with a blanket over it and a heater underneath. It's like heaven underneath a kotatsu, but once it gets really cold, I don't know how much the kotatsu is going to save me. Those little heat packs are also very popular that you break and stick to your body or put in your shoes. They are also very popular here. They're called Kairo. I have some in my desk so that if my hands are really cold at school, because the school is also not insulated very well, I bring it in a little pouch and hold it in my hands while I teach, while I'm not doing anything with my hands, so that I'm not shivering in front of the students, because that would just look bad. Yes, of course, I both bought the pouch at the dollar store, and it is a cat. So just putting it out there that I love the dollar store here and that I love cats, and yeah, it's really cute. I should take a picture of it. So to help my house stay as warm as possible, I have bought window insulation, which looks really funny because it's actually bubble wrap. I'm going to show you. Yep, all of my windows look like this. So I can never tell what the weather's like outside, so I just assume it's cold. I also have a kerosene heater that I still have to buy oil for, and will buy oil for this week. And this is my air conditioner, but it also has a heat function. But I don't really like the heat function on my air conditioner because it kind of wavers back and forth between cold and hot. Ooh, excuse my messy apartment. This blanket is also a lifesaver. It's very warm and has this very nice downy inside. And inside of this blanket is the actual blanket where it has like heat technology to hold in the heat longer or something. I don't know. According to Nitori, that's how that works. But who knows? It does keep me very warm, and I never want to leave it in the morning because I feel like a burrito of happiness. And also the air gets very dry in the winter, so this is my really snazzy air humidifier. Why, Japan, why don't you insulate your houses? It would be so much more economical to have a house that is insulated instead of having to spend $40 to bubble wrap all my windows and another $20 to buy a first can of kerosene. And it's just, why not just build a house with central heating? I don't understand. I will never take central heating for granted ever again once I get home. That's my little rant about how I don't understand why Japan just can't build insulated houses and keep people warm in the winter when it gets really cold up north in Japan. Yeah, what's the weather like in northeast Philly? I hope it's nice with your insulated house and central heating. Always remember, another day, another adventure, which may or may not be frosty. See you. Oh my god, I need to stop saying see you. It's such a weird expression. It should always be see you later or see you tomorrow, not just see you. But I say it to my students every day.